we call we call ocean breathing. Okay, ocean breathing we like because in the same way the ocean waves lap on the shore, the breath also moves in its natural rhythm. So let's breathe in, feeling the hands rising and falling with the breath. Okay. If you've done this a million times, you can ignore me and just follow the close concentration of following your breathing with your own awareness. And if it's your first time, you can just follow my prompts. So there's a few different ways of doing this. We can breathe so deeply that we can hear the sound of our breath, and we just focus on nothing but the sound. Try that, breathing in deeply. And your sound might even sound as though it is an ocean wave lapping on the shore. Breathing in and breathing out. Can you feel the sensations of the belly rising and falling as you do that? What's easier for you? Let's take note of a couple different ways of doing ocean breath. First off, let's do 5 breaths, just listening to that ocean sound, okay? Breathing in. And when you breathe out, you can relax, but breathe out deeply so you can hear it. Keep going on your own for a couple of breaths, wiring your brain to just hear the sound of your breath. Now let's do that once again, but this time let's keep our focus just on the belly. So full awareness on the muscle, like the diaphragm in the belly as it expands out and relaxes back down. So try that for about 3 breaths on your own and see if you can breathe in nice and deeply so you can really feel that belly expanding out. So try that for about 3 breaths on your own, breathing in and out with all your concentration on the belly expanding when you breathe in and relaxing back down when you breathe out. Try that. Excellent. Now let's try 3 more breaths, but this time, what I want you to do is just focus solely on the sensations of the breath going in and out the nostrils and see where do you notice it most easily. There might be one part of the nose where you can really feel the sensations more easily. So 3 breaths, this time only focusing in on the air passing in and out the nostrils, and where do you most easily notice that? Try that on your own for 3 breaths. Excellent stuff. So if you can just use the chat function and just share, where was it most easy for you to focus in on that ocean breathing? Sound, belly, or nostril? Yep, and Joel's just typed in belly. Yeah. And Joel, you've been doing this for a few weeks. Has it been different each week, or has it just been the belly? And Christine also belly. Yep. Great. And sound today. Nice one, Chris. Good. And sound. Yep. Yep. Nostril. Ah, and chest. Yeah. You know what I love, you guys? Do you notice that everyone has a different area that they're focusing on? That's just a reminder that all of our brains are different and we're all going to respond to mindfulness in a different way. So it's really important to know if you ever try something and you're not really clicking with it, it's probably not that you're doing it wrong. It's just that your brain really needs a different type of practice to focus on. Wonderful. Look, everyone's got a different way. Yep. Elnaz and Stephanie and Joel, Josh, Irene, Lauren, Audrey, Chris, Christine, Joel, everyone has something different. Okay. So just know you got to tune in with what you like the best. Very good. Yeah. And Shiloh, the sound, a lot of us really like the sound. So do I. I find if I'm having trouble sleeping, that really deepening my breath a little bit and focusing in on the sound helps me fall asleep too sometimes. Yeah, that's really good. Next thing I would love to do is a little bit of a body relaxation, okay? What we love to do in our autistic groups is do exercises that are a little bit more concrete, because a lot of people do tell us they like really concrete instructions. Some people also really like to have kind of imagery based or visual kind of instructions. So we like to offer a number of different things. But when we pay attention to sensations in our body as our anchor, right? So mind starts wandering. When we do the breath practices, come back to the breath. When we're doing the body practices, mind starts wandering back to sensations in the body. And we like to start off with a tensing and relaxing because that helps us really pay attention a little bit more easily to the body. So let's try that. I want to invite you, if you would like to lie down for this one, it can be really nice and relaxing. So, just if you happen to have a couch or a bed or something nearby, and you can still hear the instructions from the speakers, feel free to get into that position now. And if you don't, then you can just stay seated. So, we'll do a little bit of a body awareness. What we're doing basically with these Mindfulness Mondays is giving you a range of tools from which we use in our 6 week groups. However, in our 6 week groups, what we do is we have people focus in on one technique each week and go really as deeply as they can with it, practicing every single day and just doing their best. And then we check back in the next week, see how it's going. And then we bring in a new technique and we really focus in. So people really have a 6 week period to really strengthen their mindfulness skills. Okay, so everybody's in position. I hope either lying or seated. So we'll try this. And again, it's another tool in the toolkit for you. Okay. So let's start off with simply clenching our fists. So I want you to just the fists, nothing else. Clench them as tight as you can and really pay attention to that feeling. What's that feel like? Clenching them tight. Can you feel the palm, the thumb, forefinger, all the different fingers across the back of the hand? Feel that for one more moment and release it. And now really pay attention to what the hands feel like. Okay, do you feel pulsing? You might feel coolness, change in temperature, circulation's different. Let's try that once again just with the right hand. So tensing up the right hand, making a fist tight as you can, even tighter, and release the right hand. Now, let's hone in. Close your eyes if you want to really pay attention, or just you can even look at your hand if you like. What does the thumb feel like? Bring all your awareness to the thumb, forefinger, middle finger, ring finger, baby finger, palm of the hand, and the back of the hand. And now the whole hand. Really feeling sensations just in that right hand. Now let's tense up the left hand, make a fist, really, really tight. This helps us really sharpen our concentration and just feeling the body. Tightening that left hand tight as you can, even tighter, feeling the palm tightened up, back of the hand, all the fingers and the thumb tight, and release. Now let's really pay attention to sensations in that left hand, the thumb, the left hand, tingling, pulsing. What do you feel? Just get curious, and it doesn't matter what it is you feel. You're just sharpening your concentration and your ability to really feel sensations. Forefinger, middle finger, ring finger, baby finger, the left hand, palm of the left hand. What's it feel like? And then the back of the left hand. Now paying attention to the whole left hand. Now see if you can pay attention to both of your hands together, right and left at the same time. So now let's bring our attention to tensing up our face. Can you squish your face up, your forehead, your cheeks? Make a funny face, make a sour face like you just had the most bitter, bitter food you've ever had. Oh my, all the muscles in the face. Can you tighten up your scalp? And release and relax the muscles in the face. Paying attention to what that feels like in the forehead, in the eyes, and the cheeks. Let's do that once more, tightening up the forehead and even tighten up your temples, your right temple and your left. Cheeks just below your eyes, lower cheeks, jaws, nose, lips, scalp even, and release and relax. Now that you're relaxed, can you pay attention to what do you feel in the scalp right now? When we pay attention, it's almost as though we're moving a flashlight of awareness around. And don't worry, there may be areas where there's no sensation. That's just fine. When there's areas of no sensation, you still just explore and then you move on. Now let's pay attention to the forehead. Top of the forehead, the right side of the forehead, the left side of the forehead, the whole forehead. Now, this is an area that a lot of us carry tension and worry. If you feel anything like that, just soothe it. You can just say, it's okay. It's okay. No need to furrow up and worry about anything at all right now. We're just relaxing. And you feel sensations as your cheeks are just perhaps still tingling from letting go. The right cheek and the left cheek. And the right temple, the left temple. The eyes. The nose. The skin on the bridge of the nose, and then the right and the left sides. You feel skin down the base of the nostrils. Here's kind of a neat area, and as we practice more and more, this will become more and more obvious to us. Can you feel the exhalation of your skin on the lower or the lip just below the nose? So the skin above the upper lip, that little area between the nose and the mouth, can you feel the exhalation there? And breathe out a little bit more deeply if that helps. And you feel sensations in your jaws, your right jaw and your left jaw. And how about your tongue resting at the bottom of your mouth? And then let's move that awareness down now. Can you tense up your arms, your whole arms, like your shoulder, your biceps, your forearm, tightening them up even with the fists. Once again, tighten up the arms, tight, 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 and release. Take notice sensations in the shoulders, the bicep area, forearms. Any sensations there at all? Now tightening up the whole torso. Can you tense your belly? This is a tricky area to make tense, but imagine you can tense up your chest, your belly, your back muscle, heighten up the shoulders, like scrunch them up, the buttocks, tight, 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 and release and relax. And then pay attention to what that feels like when you release. And you notice tingling. And then just the legs, whole legs, the thighs and the lower legs and the feet, tightening, 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 whole thing, and release. Now the legs, relaxing, letting go. What do you feel? We just get curious about what we're feeling in the present moment. This, in and of itself, wires the brain to be in the present moment, helps us with well being, reducing anxiety and depression so that we're not following off in our thoughts of anxiety so much. Now that we've done that little bit of body awareness, let's just give ourselves a little bit of a stretch. So, stretching the body out. You can open your eyes if they were closed. Stretching the body out in whatever way you like. Amazing, Irene, saying I'm very relaxed. It's, you know what, that tensing and relaxing thing, it's not taught in traditional mindfulness. It's, age-old stress reduction stuff, but it seems such a great concrete way of helping us feel sensations in our bodies. So we use it in our autism groups. We do a lot of that stuff. Great. So now that we've stretched a little tiny bit, I'd love to do a little bit of guided meditation that helps us feel connected like a forest. And feel free to, again, if you want to stand and stretch, go for it. Like, is anybody thinking, oh, I've been sitting for too long? Amazing. Lauren saying, I'm also very relaxed. Good. And you know something? Having ourselves relaxed helps us with our mental health. And I see someone saying, I'm sleepy. Yep, I bet. And feeling pretty good. Thank you so much, all of you, for sharing your comments and how you're feeling. Um, so with mindfulness, the relaxation part, like helping our bodies feel relaxed, it's great for our compassion practices. And in mindfulness, feeling self-compassion is so important because does great stuff for the brain. We know in some of the great research that's been done when they do the compassion meditation practices, how it really helps parts of the brain like the left prefrontal cortex, which is the part of the brain responsible for executive function and self-regulation, all that great stuff. Um, and someone's just saying, I took a short nap. Some people do fall asleep in these meditations, so that's great. Um, so we're going to do a little bit of a practice right now. Now that we've all stretched and everything like that, let's come back. We'll do one more practice. And then if anybody has questions, we can turn them over and Bree can call those out. And Bree and Lee might both have some comments, and then we'll say goodbye. But let's do a nice little practice using a bit of nature imagery. So let's get into a position. I'm moving my position a little tiny bit too. Great. Is everybody in the position that they want to be in for this practice? So sitting still, preparing once again. I invite you to close your eyes if you're comfortable to do that. We practiced a number of breathing techniques earlier, so I invite you just to start this one off with breathing a nice 4-part breath. What I mean by 4-part breath is breathe in nice and deeply, feeling the belly expanding, and then hold your breath, and then breathe out all the way and hold your breath. And breathe in nice and deeply, hold your breath, breathe out all the way and hold your breath. Okay, so just breathing in. And yep, someone just messaged they like to keep their eyes open. Please keep your eyes open if you like. It'll help you focus if you just look down at one object. That's absolutely fine. Because if you're looking all around the room, you might get distracted. So breathing in, holding the breath, breathing out, and holding the breath. Breathing in, holding the breath, breathing out, holding the breath. Do that a couple more times on your own with all your concentration. Wonderful. And now what I'd like you to do is just bring your attention to imagining being outside on a glorious sunny day. And it's such a beautiful, beautiful, warm, sunny day. And you're about to walk down a natural path. It could be a path surrounded by your favorite kinds of trees, or in a meadow or a field, whatever is your favorite, most relaxing, natural setting to feel calm and safe and supported. And we're just going to go for a little tiny walk down this path, feeling our feet on the earth. And we're going to go to a spot where we're just going to relax and really take care of ourselves deeply. Time to nourish ourselves. Feeling that beautiful sun shining down. And feel the sensations. It's almost like you're being showered in healing light. Just walking and feeling what that's like on the body, on the face, the whole body. What's kind of neat, there's the sensations of your feet as they're walking on the natural earth. And then there's the sensations of the beautiful sun shining down on your head. So you're completely balanced. You're walking on the earth and rising up to the beautiful sunny skies. Just walking through natural healing air. You have all the time in the world, all the time in the world just for yourself. And now coming to a place that looks like it's just created for you with a perfect natural environment and finding a seat where you are completely supported. It's as though the seat's been created just for you. Maybe mossy, maybe grassy, maybe just soft earth with pine boughs, whatever it is, you just take your seat and feel the earth holding you. And as you relax here, take a look around at this beautiful environment which is here to take care of you, looking from the right to the left, in front and behind, all here to help you relax and heal, a safe space for you. And then while we're in this place, just allowing a couple of words to come to you that are words of support, encouragement, and love for you when you're going through a difficult time. So for some people, these are words like, it's going to be okay. For some people, they're words like, I can get through this. For some people, it's things like, I love you. I'm so sorry you're having a difficult time. You will get through this. Just we say a few phrases for ourselves to help us when we're in a difficult time. So find what that phrase is right now. And again, it might even just be, everything is going to be okay. What's the phrase for you? Could even be, I am amazing. I am incredible. And I will get through this. We're so used to having so many things in life that bring us down. Just finding that phrase, either of another voice saying this for us or ourselves hearing it somehow. Just find a phrase, helps give you strength. For some people, it might even be hearing someone in your life who said something beautiful to you when you were younger. Just hearing that and feeling that deep support. And then feeling where you connect with that in the body. So, where do you feel the sensation in the body? Feeling supported. And breathing in and out with that, just taking a few more of those nice deep breaths. And then getting ready, getting up from this little spot in nature, knowing you can come back here anytime. And then just walking back out on that pathway, having that phrase inside of you. You might be repeating that phrase as you walk back out. It helps you feel strength. And then as we come to the end of that little path, just feeling ourselves walking out, the sun shining on our head, our feet on the earth, and then just feeling where this all gathers inside the body, this wonderful place that we've been, this little phrase. Is there a place in your body you feel those sensations in the heart or the belly? maybe even in the face, the hands, the forehead. Everybody's different. We'll have a different place where we feel that wonderful little support inside of us, just resting for us to come back to it anytime. And then when you're ready, you can just stretch the body out in whatever way you need to stretch. What does your body need right now? Excellent. Does anybody want to share? You don't have to, but if anybody wants to share anything at all about how that was, where was the spot that you went to? Was it by a lake? Was it by a mountain and a field, a forest? Was there a phrase that you used? There's a woman with developmental disability. I uh, used to do mindfulness exercises with, and what she said for herself was simply, it's going to be okay. That was her meditation. That's what she liked the best. We did all kinds of different techniques with her, but she loved just repeating to herself, it's going to be okay. And that would be your meditation, just repeating that. It's going to be okay. That soothed her. So look at how different it is. I'm sure everyone's got slightly different things. And someone just asked me, what exercise was this? This is a mindfulness meditation, something that's based on some of the practices using techniques of relaxation, mindful awareness of breath, body sensation. And then I've brought in a little bit of visualization with it. Great. Oh, I love it, Christine. My favorite spot by the lake. And Lee, I went to a meadow. Lee, I think that Lee and I share a brain. Because that's something I've been saying, that be here now piece. Yep, be here now. Oh, I love it. Joel saying I was in a nice summer forest, not too hot or cold. Oh, it sounds beautiful. By a small pond on the forest, Chris. Um, and oh, I like that. Christine was saying I wasn't alone. I was with my mother. So that felt safe for you to be with your mother. Even better. Whatever works for you. There's no wrong way of doing this. Whatever you do, you're doing, which is good for you. A lot of us by water. Lauren was also by a lake. Yep. Um, and no bugs either. Yeah, thank goodness. Can you imagine you're in your happy place and all of a sudden a wasp's nest is there? That's not going to jive. Um, yeah, really, really good question. Somebody just asked in a question here, do we breathe in through the nose and out through the mouth? Wonderful question. So I can jump right into answering that, and then I'll turn it over to Bree. Um, and oh, somebody, that's cute. Josh is saying, oh, meadows are peaceful. I wish I was in a meadow. It's funny. You hear other people, well, hey, next time you can try doing it in a meadow, see what happens. This is yours. Um, Really good question about the nose or the mouth. So, mindfulness is all about bringing your awareness to the present moment, whatever it is, right? So, that could be nose or mouth. When we do the traditional mindfulness practices, generally speaking, we're doing them with breathing in and out through the nose, okay? Um, but every now and then for anxiety reduction, right? Like if we're having a panic attack or something like that, you want to activate it a little bit more. And in those cases, the birthday candle, okay? The reason we do that, and when I say blow out the birthday candle, I mean out through the mouth, blowing. So try that right now, everybody. Blow out, imagine you're 100 years old, that we did in the previous week, and blow out as long as you can. What happens to the stomach at the end of that? Do you notice that you're breathing so far out that the stomach depresses down? So then guess what happens? When you breathe in again, the belly expands all the way out. And when we do that, we get that nice vagus nerve stimulation. If anybody hasn't heard of the vagus nerve, that nerve that goes all the way up the spine, connects with the brain. When you breathe in and expand the belly out, you're stimulating the vagus nerve to get positive endorphins going. So that's great. Bree, I'm going to turn it over to you. And Lee, I'm going to turn it over to you. I've got to go right at 3 into another meeting. It's one of those days. so wonderful meditating with all of you. Thank you.
Thanks, Sue, and thanks, Lee. That was wonderful. And thanks to everybody joining us. So, as I mentioned, I put my email at the beginning of the chat. I'll put it in again. Email me if you want to know more about our groups and visit that web link that I also sent for more information about our groups. But it's also super important that we get some feedback of things that you liked and you didn't like. So, if you'd like, we'd very much appreciate if you completed this short survey. It should take no longer than 5 minutes. It's just kind of asking what you liked and didn't like about the Mindfulness Monday, and then that allows us to modify it a bit. And that's it on my end, and I'll put in the other web links again in case those got lost at the top. And I guess we'll pass it on to Lee.
Thanks so much, Sue and Bree. I think the takeaway message for me today is just how mindfulness and self-compassion go together. Because you know, if I was worried, what would I say to a friend? I'd maybe put my hand on their shoulder and say, it would be okay. And can we do that, for ourselves when those thoughts come up or those worries or something that's happened in the past? I guess that's why I love mindfulness so much, is because it brings me to this moment. Because I can get lost in the past or I can get lost in the future, but when I notice those thoughts happening, I can just be compassionate to myself and just say, okay, it's okay. What do you need right now? Or let's be in this moment. This moment I'm safe. Like, just really kind, gentle words to ourselves. And I really love also what Sue's taught me about, we can bring mindfulness no matter where we are. Like,